Time now for Talk to the Lopes. Every Wednesday we do Talk to the Lopes. Grand Canyon University getting ready to get going on another year of sports, a year in which they are now eligible to go into postseason play, which I think across the board is terrific news. And all their sports, north of 20 sports they have on campus, just growing by leaps and bounds. So very excited to have a partnership with GCU. Our first guest on Talk to the Lopes. There's no pressure now on Tim Nollan with that buildup. GCU head women's volleyball coach, came over here from USC. He's in year number 2, getting the job done. Coach, it's Brad Sussmat. How are you?
I'm good, Brad. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Excited for your season because I look at your roster and, man, it's all over the place. You've got a lot of size. You've got a lot to look forward to on the court. But let's start off the court. Team GPA was really good last year. The momentum from year 1 to year 2, just talk about that, Tim, in general terms.
Yeah, well, we're real excited. We had a 3.71 on the year as a team. We had the highest team GPA at Grand Canyon for all the sports. We were awarded the ABCA Team Academic All-American Award. So really excited about their accomplishments there and hoping to parlay that success into some, success on the court this fall. We get a lot of returners coming back healthy, and then we bring in a great group of young, talented athletes to kind of supplement our returners.
All right, so when you do get the best GPA on campus, do the girls let everybody else have it? I have to know. Do they kind of...
Oh, yeah. They are very proud of it, and they should be.
Yes,
it's not easy to get a 3.71. I never had a 3.71.
No, I didn't even come close. I might have got half of that, but it's something where you go up to Mr. Mueller's office and say, "This is what we've got done here academically." I mean, I'm sure that up in the 4th floor, they're pretty thrilled about what's going on there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's not just the girls. It's a whole effort here with our academic department here and the tutors and our athletic coordinators and things like that, and it's just really a team effort, and a lot of people put forth a lot of work to help our girls accomplish that success. But it's something to be proud of. I think it's something they can always look back and really feel a great sense of accomplishment with.
Talk to the Lopes. Tim Nollan, the GCU head women's volleyball coach. All right, so you come here from USC. What was the attraction then, and how has it worked out for you now coming into year number 2?
Sure. Grand Canyon is really a unique and special place. And while I had a great time at USC and, we had a lot of success there, I was looking for that next step, but I had a couple very specific guidelines. I wanted a place that I felt we could attract top talent. So it had to have location, it had to have facilities, and it had to have an investment in athletics and an administration that understood the value that athletics provide to a university. And, GCU kind of hit all those check boxes. I was looked at by a number of universities, but there just wasn't quite the right fit, and I wasn't ready to leave and pick up my family and move. But, when Mike Vaught and his staff reached out, and after they showed me the campus, and, I met with President Mueller and meeting all the people that support athletics here and their vision of Grand Canyon University athletics and what they want it to become, I really wanted to be part of it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to go behind the curtain here a little bit in terms of recruiting, because I think it's important, and I get this asked a lot in all sports. If you've got a daughter who's a club volleyball or has interest in volleyball, how soon, because I've been in the club volleyball circuit here in Arizona with 2 of my daughters, how early do you have them get into club volleyball, and how important is it to have them in the club circuit versus play for the high school team, or do you like to see them do both?
I like to see them do both. First and foremost, I really respect high school athletics. I was a multi-sport high school athlete. I think multi-sport athletes are more durable when they start to focus on one collegiate sport. In terms of when to start club, I think it's important that they start just before their freshman year. So that 7th, 8th grade year, somewhere in there, those junior high years, that is when the elite kids start to really blossom, and the speed of the game picks up. And Arizona club volleyball is pretty good right now. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of good coaches. There's a lot of good players. And we spend a lot of time, recruiting our backyard. Our philosophy here is we want to own our backyard. We want to get the best kid out of the state of Arizona every single year. So, to all those people out there wanting to know how to get noticed, when to get noticed, get them out there in club early, have them reach out to coaches early. the squeaky wheel always gets the grease. So have them send emails, have them attend college matches, see what it's like, have them see the speed of the game, the size of the athletes.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really exciting time to be playing, volleyball in Arizona because it's a great group of talent right now.
Talk with Tim Nollan, GCU head women's volleyball coach. This is Talk to the Lopes. Your first home match is Friday, September 8th against Fordham, but you open the season at Syracuse. You play at Arizona. Your schedule is all over the place. Tell me about scheduling and your philosophy and how to do it against conferences, and what are you looking for?
Sure. I think, we open at Syracuse because we have such a young team in the sense that we have a great group of upperclassmen, but we have 5 newcomers as a team this year. I wanted to get out and play a big school with a great name and a good program and get them out on the road and travel early before we start school and kind of get all that, that first travel trip out of the way and get everyone used to our routine. So that's why we took that big trip to Syracuse, or going to take that big trip. And then in terms of Arizona, I want to play Arizona every year. We're trying to set them up to be our in-state rival. We have a great relationship with that coaching staff over there and have kind of agreed to play each other every year. So we're going to go down there and we're going to battle with the Wildcats a little bit, and then we come home to open up here against we have Fordham, and then we also have Gonzaga and Idaho in our home tournament. So I think scheduling, you got to play the best. Arizona is a Pac-12 team. Obviously, the Pac-12 is, in my opinion, the premier volleyball conference in the country. And I think it's important that we play those teams every year. I like to get out and travel and expose my athletes to different styles of volleyball, which is, why we're going to the East Coast to play Syracuse. Again, a great program, a well-known school. And I think it's someone we can go out there and compete with.
Got about a minute left in the segment. I'm wondering, what do you like about your team? What question marks do you have about your team as you get ready to get the year started?
Well, what I like about my team is our enthusiasm. Our athletes are really excited about the year. They come up and stop in my office all the time and say, "Hey, Coach, I can't wait for practices to start. When can we get going?" They want to do well, and they want to perform, and they want to please. The question marks I have is how healthy are we going to be? We have some kids coming off some injuries last year, and some of them are all ready to go, and some of them are still finishing out their rehab. And, I think that's the biggest question mark is how healthy they'll get. And then how fast our freshmen will adapt to the speed of the collegiate game. Our goal here is we want to be a top 25 team in the country. Mm-hmm. And obviously we have some growth to do to get there, but we have our eye on the prize. We know what it takes to get there.
Well, I appreciate your insight. And again, as a club volleyball dad and seeing what's going on campus, it reads and sounds like everything is heading in the right direction. Good luck this year, and thanks.
Oh, thank you so much for having us. I really appreciate it.
That is Talk to the Lopes. Hey, there you go. Got the Go Lopes in there. Sorry, Coach. Tim Nollan there with us, GCU head women's volleyball coach. That is Talk to the Lopes for this week.